Josh, 9 months now since you came out. How do you reflect on that decision and the way that the world has reacted to it?
Yeah, look, it's been honestly incredible to see the way the world reacted and basically gave me a big hug was amazing, and I didn't realise the impact that my story would have over millions and millions of people around the world. So yeah, it feels like a long time ago. It feels like 5 years ago for me because I've lived my days so fully now, and it's been absolutely incredible. And yeah, it's just something that I'm very happy and proud of myself that I did, and I can help these people better and you know, evolve the game for the better.
Has it surprised you, the reaction?
Yeah, it did. Look, I think that obviously I was a bit unsure what was going to happen. You know, being the first ever, it was hard to, you know, picture what could happen. And for me, it was it didn't matter for me whether it was successful or unsuccessful. It was a matter of the story and the timing and what it was for me. It was for my personal reasons. It was greater than football. But I'm honoured that, you know, it reflected in the way it did, and everyone had a good reaction with it, and it's helping people. And for me, it's nice to get the messages from the celebrities and the recognition from that, but from the parents, from the kids themselves, from the grandparents that reach out, and just a message on Instagram. I only have to open my phone to show you guys that they're saying, oh, you're helping my kid become themselves, and they feel like they have a place on this earth. And that for me is greater than football. I mean, this is something big in life, and to know that my story, my video from my Adelaide home is reaching people and helping people for the better, it's crazy, and it's magnificent to see the power that this video's had.
What messages has made you think, wow, has there been one celebrity that's made you take a step back and think, this is incredible?
Well, look, obviously the messages from like the football stars, your icons, like Ibrahimovic and you know, Griezmann and Lingard, all these people that have won World Cups. And you know, when I was younger, I woke up to watch them play early in the morning and stuff like that. So it's really nice to see these straight athletes reaching out and saying, hey Josh, it's okay. Because the whole point of my story was to come out and to show, you know, if we see two guys or two girls in the street walking, holding hands, we don't say anything. So why are we saying something in football? So that's the whole point of the reason why I wanted to come out to show it's perfectly normal. You know, there's nothing that, this hasn't happened before, but why not? I want to be that person that, you know, can stand in front, people can look up to me when they're younger now, and be that role model that I didn't have. Yes, I had Justin Fashanu that I could look up to. Obviously that didn't end, that ended in a sad story, but I want those kids out there, that little Josh that's watching and wants to play football, to say, okay, look at Josh Cavallo, I can play that now, he's doing well, he's successful, and he's gay, and he's comfortable in his own skin. That's the message I want to get across.
What have been the biggest positives for you, and have there been any negatives?
There's definitely been negatives. Obviously, coming out, I was expecting for them to be negatives. Being the first, there's always going to be that. And for example, when it happened with the Melbourne Victory supporters, there was only 1 or 2 supporters that said bad things, homophobic things. But to see how people reacted, the people around those people said something, and you know, it's something that we bring our kids to the game, and the kids obviously don't want to see those comments and hear those comments. It's not a safe environment for them. So seeing and going through this, no, it's not acceptable, but I do realise that I have to go through this to make the change for the future. In 5-10 years, this won't happen because people have learnt their lesson from the situation that's happened with me.
The fact you stood up to the homophobic abuse and challenged it and was supported as well, how important was that?
Yeah, it's magnificent. It's fantastic. You know, through that issue that came across, it's been solved straight away, and there's been a software that we're working on now for the A-League players in Australia that are protected by that. You know, for me, it's okay to deal with hate. I've experienced it. As any professional athlete, they'll come across hate at some stage in their career, but it's how they deal with it. And for me, it's those little kids that are looking at my Instagram that might be struggling and find themselves gay and not out, that see that comment, that will affect them. You know, that's my concern. We're creating a software where it's blocking out those hateful comments, and kids growing up don't see that, and they say, oh, it's positive. And it's because, to tell you the truth, for every bad message I get 10,000 good, so I'm not looking at the bad messages. But yeah, it's important that we take this next step, and through that incident we've had a great solution of creating this software in Australia that hopefully we can share with the world soon.
Is that important to you to create that safe space on social media?
Definitely, it's definitely to show that, and obviously being the first, it's hard to, you know, show what it's going to be like in 5-10 years time. So I want people to learn and adapt to it, and it's really nice to see. All you have to do is go through one of my photos and see all the lovely comments people have to say about me, and it's a really nice thing. And if there's someone that is struggling and find themselves in the situation I did, I'm there to be that guide, that helping hand. You know, everyone's on their own journey, just like Jake. Jake was on his own journey as well, and I'm happy to be that supporting that guide, because being open and proud is the best thing ever. And I've honestly feels like I've lived such a long life now. It's only been 10 months or 8 months or 9 months since I've come out, so it's a really nice feeling.
Jake Daniels, you mentioned him there. The 2 Scottish referees recently, the Leinster rugby player, they all cited you as an inspiration. What does that mean to you, and your decision to come out, the fact that it has made a difference to their lives?
It's nice to get recognition like that, but that's only on the surface. You know, there's thousands of athletes across the world that are in touch with me, and I am helping them through their own journeys, and there are going to be plenty more coming out soon, don't you worry. But it's really nice to see that these people have someone to turn to now, because that's something that I struggled with growing up. With football, there was no one that I could reach out and get that helping guide, and I want to be that for someone. And it could be someone in rugby, it could be someone in tennis, but they get it, and it's really nice to see that, you know, people get inspired by my story, and I don't know them personally, but I can help them.
Have you been inundated then with messages of elite sportsmen, women who want to share their story, and are you using you as a reference point and trying to find the courage to do so?
Yeah, look, obviously it was really crazy when I came out. Within the first 30 minutes I have over 700,000 messages, so it was just absolutely nonsense. It was crazy, so I couldn't really get through every single message. I wish I could, but the ones I do get through, I try and get through as much as I can, and because I know the way these people feel, and it's not just the sports stars or the athletes, it's the everyday people as well. It's the people that going into their normal workplace that feel like they don't fit in and feel like they don't have a place. So it's something that is enticeful for everyone, and I'm really proud that, you know, I could be a helping step in their life.
You're still very young, 22. At times, is it quite overwhelming?
No, for me it's quite exciting. It's really exciting. I love that I'm able to help people for the better in this world, and to know that it's had such a positive impact on people, and people are really liking the story and they can relate to it. It's really nice, you know. Within 3 months of me coming out, one of our staff members came out, and I've been guiding him through the process as well, and it's a really proud moment of myself. So it's really nice to see that, you know, I'm helping change other people's lives for the better as well.
You were quite young, obviously. Jake was only 17 when he came out. Do the younger generation maybe feel more empowered to speak their truth now?
I think it's incredible, you know, within 5 or 10 years' time, I hope this is not even a topic that we have to talk about, and we have lots and lots and lots, just like the women's game. And that's something that made me hungry to do this, is that to turn this like the women's game, to know that no one really turns an eye, just like the real world. No one turns an eye and says, oh, there's something wrong with being gay or something like that. It doesn't even matter if you're trans, whatever. Just to be comfortable in your own skin and to be treated fairly and equally, and that's the main message that I've come with this and come across with, and what I will stick by going forward. At the end of the day, I've always said in my quotes that love will always win, so I'll be sticking with that for a long time. Adelaide recently became the first A-League team to host Pride Games. Is that another stepping stone to changing the landscape? Definitely. Look, it was very exciting, and it was an honour to be a part of that and to lead the pack with that. And through my story, we created that a history event in the A-League, and it was really nice to see that Adelaide United jumped on board with that. And look, they've been incredible for me. The culture there from the day one, through the coaches all the way through the staff and the players, has been immense, and it's really helped me to be comfortable in my own skin here. And yeah, that's something that I want to share. I want to share these cultures, and I want other teams, just like Jake's Blackpool team, to show that it is okay to be themselves and to adapt to these cultures. And the more we do that, the more teams that do that, the more accepting and the more open players we'll have. And it's crazy to think that, you know, there's only a handful of players that are active in the world right now in football, even referees too. But I think we'll see that changing very soon. The World Cup is only a few months away in Qatar. We recently saw the first Qatari to publicly come out
as gay. Are you giving hope to people in that part of the world who perhaps have had to stay silent?
Yeah, that guy reached out to me, and yeah, he said that he was inspired by my story, and that was another example of someone that wasn't in the football industry and that was inspired by it. So it's really nice to see that. But yeah, it does concern me, because it's like, even with the World Cup, you know, if I represent Australia at the World Cup and I'm pushing for that, and if I get, you know, it would be an honour to go to the World Cup. But at the same time, you know, it's the laws that clash, and it's something that, do I want to do something really good in my career? And that's my dream. I've always dreamed to play for my country at the World Cup at the highest level, or my life to be in danger. So it's a bit difficult and a bit sad, and it's hard to pick which one you want to do. But look, it just goes to show you, look, through all my messages as well, there's a lot of people from those countries that have to escape from there just so they can live freely and be themselves, and it's sad to see that. But look, I hope this changes in the future, and it's not okay the way it's going right now, but it's something that definitely we can turn around.
If you were picked, would you go to the World Cup?
I'll definitely go to the World Cup, yeah. But the thing is, for me, I want to show that it's okay for everyone. It's not just okay for Josh Cavallo because he's a footballer and he'll be protected. I want it to be okay for that everyday person that's in there, that's in Qatar, that finds themselves, you know, they can't do that. Or that's the reason through my story why I want to change and make the world for the better in that way as well.
Players will be asked during the World Cup from all the different teams about the human rights issues. What can they do? What can current players do?
I think the way we're going is fantastic, and it's just little things that can help the situation. Look, through Pride rounds, for example, in Australia, it was fantastic because, you know, after that game, it was a sellout game for us. It was the most busiest game that we've had at the crowd, because there's a lot of people coming that didn't even know football, but they felt like they were at home and they were included. And what was really nice about that is that for the rest of the season, it wasn't even the Pride round, but you would see the rainbow flags at the game. You would see, you know, other opposition supporters with rainbow flags as well. So it's an incredible thing, and that's just a small thing that can raise awareness and improve things for the better. So that's an example of what I think that we can keep doing in the next steps to evolve the game in the right way.
Transgender athletes, that's another huge talking point at the moment. Tom Daley spoke out about it recently, furious at FINA. What is your stand on this, and do you stand alongside those transgender athletes who want to compete at elite level?
Definitely. Look, they're no different to me. They're no different to you. It just falls in the same thing of how I was struggling with my own personal issues. They have their own personal issues, and at the end of the day, I want you to be comfortable in your own skin, just like I am now. And it's incredible how my life turned around and how happy I am now, and how much I'm living my life for the better. And I want to share that experience, and that's whether you're gay or straight or transgender. It really doesn't matter for me, as long as I want you to be comfortable in your own skin. So I'll be supporting them forever.
One of the things that Jake talked about was having the weight lifted. Is that how it's felt for you?
Definitely. Look, when I told my two coaches, they were the first ones in the football world to know, I felt like there was 20 kilos off my shoulders, and I went and trained there, and I had probably the best training session I've had in my life, and the coaches were like to me, mate, you can come out every day if you're going to train like that. So it was really nice to see, and, you know, once I told the players as well, and then the world, and obviously my family knew beforehand, it was just incredible, and I was just ecstatic with it. And my game has developed so much in the last 10 months, and I'm just really excited to see what the future holds, and hopefully I get the opportunity to come play in Europe over here. So yeah, I'll keep pushing for that and working as hard as I can to get here.
Is that the dream, to play in Europe, to play in England maybe?
Yeah, definitely.
To play in the Premier League?
Definitely. The dream's to play in the Premier League, and the dream's to play in England, and I do want to look into playing at a championship side or a League One side to keep evolving my game, because I feel like I'm at that time in my life right now where I'm ready for that change. I'm ready to take that step forward in my footballing career.
Do you feel as though we will see a player that comes out as gay in the Premier League?
Definitely. There would definitely be one in there, and look, it's just a matter of time and a matter of comfortableness. So the way the world reacted with me, people are seeing this. This is why it's so important, not just for myself, but it's important for that Jake. It's important for those people that are struggling, you know, and it shows that it is okay and that it is welcome. So it's only going to get better now, and I think it's a matter of time before that happens.
You've got this platform, and we can see that you're making a difference. What's next for you?
Look, I just want to keep going the way I'm going. I'm really happy with the way it's happening. Off the field, you know, I'm honoured to be seen like this. I'm honoured to be looked at as a role model and be an inspiration for people. But on the field too, I want to be still known as Josh Cavallo, the footballer. You know, at the end of the day, I got to where I am now because I'm the footballer, not the gay footballer. So I still have a lot of work to do. I'm only 22. I'm still early in my career. Got lots of years left in me, but I'm really excited for the future. I'm ready to put my head down and work hard on the football field.